Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Brandon 9mm USA here, and today is going to be another exciting video. This is a top 5 revolvers video. We've done this once before, but this is a new updated version of what we think our top 5 favorite revolvers are as the years have gone along. So this is our top 5 revolvers as of right now, and that video will be coming up next. Alright guys, starting us off right here, coming in at number 5 is my Kimber K6S. This is a 6-shot 357 Magnum revolver that has all the modern appointments that you'd expect out of a top-of-the-line Kimber. And boy, when they got into revolvers, they weren't kidding around. A lot of people do like these quite a bit. It says 357 Magnum right there. It's got a really nice grip on it, with the Kimber name, of course. The trigger itself, double action only here, right guys? Pretty smooth. Pretty dang smooth. And the reset for the trigger spring is pretty strong also. Something Smith & Wesson is really known for. So I really like this Kimber. We've got night sights here. Really nice, use it for self-defense, up close and personal, right? Does not take it out of battery, and those are all features I really do like on this Kimber K6S. One thing to mention for sure is the Kimber does come with a recessed cylinder right here. There you go. There's a great look at it right there. Smith & Wesson stopped doing this a long time ago, and I think it's because, you know, you're trying to cut costs and whatnot. So the bean counters tell you at Smith & Wesson, stop doing this or start doing this and put it in the Hillary hole and all that kind of stuff. And Kimber's just not into all that. So I kind of like that about Kimber. Hopefully you guys will too. The K clip by Zeta 6. Again, peel forward or back. It's kind of your choice. Young Beretta says this is a pretty good shooter, and he tells me not to miss. So here we go. That didn't last long. Are these 357 Magnum?
Yep. Alright guys, I'm going to take over for a sec here and mention some stuff that Beretta here did not cover. When this Kimber K6S revolver was released by Kimber, it was touted as being the smallest and lightest 6-shot 357 Magnum snub-nose revolver available at the time. And talking about how small this thing is, this revolver comes in at 23 ounces, and it has about the profile of a Smith & Wesson J-frame. This revolver has a push-button cylinder release, just like a Ruger revolver. And then you, of course, push from the opposite side to push your cylinder out there. It has a good sized ejector rod as well to eject those 357 Magnum spent casings out of it very easily. One other thing that Beretta did not mention about these night sights on this revolver is that these night sights are made by Meprolight, and they give you a 3-dot side picture profile, some serrations on the back of that rear sight to cut down on glare. You also do have a serrated back strap here. Now let's talk about this real fast as far as this revolver. To be completely honest, this 2-inch version of the K6S was not the easiest thing to shoot with 357 Magnum ammunition. That's coming from me and Beretta Sr., and we have a ton of experience shooting revolvers. So I don't want to hear anyone say, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You guys, if you need to go look on our channel and see how many videos we have on revolvers, do it before you leave a negative comment. Just saying. I mean, just to be honest, we have shot and reviewed a ton of revolvers. Probably almost 30. About 2 years worth. That was our thing for about 2 years in a row, was the revolvers, 357 Magnums specifically. We did do some 44 Magnums and some other things like that. But anyway, this one does have a little bit of an issue absorbing the recoil of 357 Magnum, at least the 6-hour elite performance ammunition that we were running. Yeah. We didn't try any short barrel formula or some lesser powered 357 loads, which I'm sure this would do absolutely fine with. The other thing it did fine with was 38 and 38 Special Plus P. So 38 Special Plus P with a good hollow point is what I'm going to carry in it. I may play around a little bit with the lighter load 357 Magnum, but I know for a fact 38 Special Plus P works great. 15 yards away. That shot. Here we go.
Okay guys, so the standard K6S with night sights is currently offered by Kimber at $960. This particular one is no longer being offered. But either one, you could use the new Zeta 6 speed loaders with to load up your revolver, or to carry some extra ammo with you, or to use at the range. It's really easy to load these rounds in, and then it's pretty fast to put them in the cylinder. So if you're interested in anything like that, speed loaders from Zeta 6 is our go-to right now. Okay, I think that pretty much covers the K6S. Let's go ahead and move to number 4. Alright guys, coming in at number 4 is the Smith & Wesson Model 19 4-inch and the Model 66 4-inch. Beautiful revolvers that belong to young Beretta here. They are a 6-shot 357 Magnum, and you can shoot 357 Magnum through them all day long. Both revolvers, very, very nice, with tremendous lockup, a great trigger, and just the way it's made overall, it's very easy to shoot that powerful 357 Magnum through it. Or you can go to 38 Special Plus P or 38 if you're trying to save money and save costs. But don't do a regular diet of 38 or 38 Special Plus P in these things without doing a lot of extra cleaning on the cylinder, because you'll start building up a lot of carbon here at the end because you're not shooting full-size 357 Magnums through it. Anyway, that's my understanding. I just thought I would pass that on. So this is the Model 66, and this over here is the Model 19, which a lot of people just love that classic look of a blued Smith & Wesson.
That's my Dr. Loomis special.
And a beautiful Dr. Loomis special at that. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Both revolvers are wearing a set of LOK grips. That one is silverback wood and the other one is walnut. You can see that they're both target style conversions as far as that they get thicker near the bottom. Yeah, just really, really beautiful. Both of them have Smith & Wesson medallions and the grips.
Yeah, they're both gorgeous, man. I'm very jealous.
If we didn't cover it, the reason why both these revolvers are out here is because they are basically the same exact revolver. One in stainless, though, and one in blued. Let's cover some of the minor details on these. Something I just noticed that I thought was the same on both these revolvers, actually, but it isn't. You have the ball detent on the crane on the stainless model. And then on the blued model here, the ball detent is actually part of the frame itself. And you can see that's where it locks in, ball detent into the crane. So two very small differences, but I don't know if that's still going on or if they ended up changing the 66 to have the exact same detent as the Model 19. But all that I do know is that I bought this Model 66 back in 2016, and I bought the Model 19 in 2019, if I remember right.
Shooting all 357 Magnum through it today. These will be my first rounds. Nice.
Good job. But bottom line, both these revolvers have updated features as far as the ball detent, and also the forcing cone is super thick on these revolvers. So you can fire 357 Magnum ammunition through these all day long. The 4-inch models here have the full-length ejector rod to easily extract casings out of the revolver.
Zeta 6 speed loaders right here. Just a quick reload. Put these rounds in and you simply peel away and then dump it on the ground. You're back in business.
These are production guns. These are not performance center guns or anything like that, but they have an amazing trigger here. Single action, also extremely light and crisp. Double action, very smooth. A little bit heavier on this gun, but still extremely smooth. Both these revolvers have a fully serrated top strap, as you can see, and they have fully adjustable rear sights for windage and elevation, and also you have your red ramp front sights. These revolvers are super easy to shoot with 37 Magnum ammunition, and they have an amazing overall feel and balance. We recommend using these Zeta 6 products with these revolvers if you guys want to use them for any sort of range use or concealed carry use for sure. The price difference between these two revolvers is $11. The MSRP of the Model 19 is $883, and the MSRP of the Model 66 is $894. These revolvers, you guys, are a must-have for any revolver aficionado out there that absolutely loves a high-quality revolver, and that is why these revolvers came in at number 4 on our top 5 revolvers list.
All right, guys, and coming in at number 3, the Smith & Wesson Model 586 Classic 4-inch. And that's right, this is the classic version that Smith & Wesson came out with not too long ago. And I must tell you, this is one of my absolute favorites that young Beretta owns. It is a joy to shoot. It looks absolutely stunning to me. I just love the way it looks, and I love the way it shoots.
Those other Ultimate grips I put on really do set it off.
Yeah.
They're laminated, and again, they're Target style, which is my favorite.
Yeah. They get thicker down here at the bottom. That's part of the Target style. When you're shooting it and stuff like that, it kind of just helps you control that recoil that you're going to experience with the 357 Magnum. You know, we're not talking about 38 or 38 Special plus P. You're not going to notice anything shooting these full-size guns with those calibers. But when you move up to good 357 rounds, a revolver like this is going to absorb that recoil better than those smaller type revolvers that you may carry, use as an EDC, or have as a stash gun. This full-size revolver is going to handle the 357 a lot better. This revolver is a traditional 6-shot, and it is an L frame, so it's a little bit heavier duty than those K frames, right? So that's probably another thing that I like about it, that it is an L frame. I tend to gravitate to that size. I like the L frame.
Yeah, you have multiple 686s.
Yeah,
for sure.
To me, it fits my hand well. I just think it shoots better for me. It just feels grand as far as a revolver is concerned. If you guys are looking for something, you don't have a lot of experience in revolvers, I think you should start with something like this and learn it on the range before you start going to those smaller, harder hitting in your hand type revolvers that may turn you off to this type of firearm. And we don't want that to happen. We want you to have a good experience as you go into revolvers first, and then maybe get the smaller ones for carry or whatnot. But if you start with something like this, you're going to absolutely fall in love with the revolver platform as far as I'm concerned.
All right, guys, the Smith & Wesson 586 Classic. We're shooting nothing but 357 through it so far. Nice shooting, dude.
This revolver is just a true classic, and it has an amazing overall feel and balance to it.
Yep, and what helps it there is that full lug barrel underneath, very well balanced. And then on top of that, you get to experience this type of a trigger. It's very consistent and quick to me. It's not overly heavy. It's very nicely weighted. And then, of course, that spring shoots it right back out there for your next round.
Amazing return spring.
Yeah, it's just a great package overall. This is a terrific revolver.
You also have a full-length ejector rod with this model. You'll have that on all of the 586s that are currently offered by Smith & Wesson.
And that does help you get those brass spent cases out of the cylinders. You can carry this revolver, and you've got a formidable package right there, whether you're hiking in the backcountry, going out hunting deer, or you're just a big revolver guy that likes to enjoy revolvers. I love this one. This revolver does come with a square butt frame and wonderful grips. And believe it or not, it comes in at an MSRP of $891 the last time we checked. So under $900, and you can get a real classic American revolver in 357 Magnum, and one of our favorites.
Yeah. Traditional Smith & Wesson, fully adjustable rear sight, and red ramp front sight.
Yep.
You also do have serrations down the top to reduce glare. That's pretty much everything to cover on this revolver.
Yeah, it's pretty wonderful, guys. Great hammer up here. Cock it back if you want to go from single action. It's just tremendous. And yeah, it's beautiful. All right, on to number 2. All right, guys, and on to number 2. An Alchemy Custom 1911. Wait a minute, that ain't right. All right, number 2, the Ruger LCR 357 Magnum.
If it's good enough for Walter White, it's good enough for anyone out there.
That's right. This Ruger LCR 357 Magnum is a 5-shot 357 Magnum, and it is very capable of shooting 357 Magnum through it at a very long 2 or 3 hour range session. Young Brett and I have done it. This thing actually handles 357 Magnum quite well for its size.
This revolver handles 357 Magnum ammunition better than revolvers lighter than it and heavier than it. It handles recoil better than most steel frame J-frame style revolvers.
Yeah, that's just from experience, guys. We have shot a handful of different revolvers of this size, and again, being heavier, made of steel, made of stainless steel or whatever, and this thing, for some reason, just handles the 357 Magnum round a little bit better.
How well this revolver handles recoil probably has to do with this Hogue Tamer rubber boot style grip. It's very pliable on the back here, and it just soaks up all of the recoil on this little revolver. This revolver is super lightweight, you guys. It weighs 17 ounces, and that is crazy light for a 357 Magnum that shoots as well as it does.
It hits.
.357 Magnum here in this little wheel gun. Yeah.
This revolver has a polymer lower to it, and then you have your steel upper as far as your frame up here. And then the cylinder here, if I remember right, is made out of 17-4 pH steel, a very high quality steel being used on this cylinder. The barrel itself is stainless steel, and it's a good quality thickness there.
The sight on it is custom. It's a high-vis sight that young Beretta put on it, so you'll have to change that out if you want to match that.
Just a very well constructed revolver here, and the trigger is amazing. This trigger is super smooth, non-stacking, about 6 pounds. You can shoot this thing fast all day long. Very smooth. Yeah, that's controllable, dude. You could definitely use that for self-defense.
That's what I think.
Yeah, very impressive. This revolver is the quintessential concealed carry piece. So if you want to know what a top-of-the-line concealed carry revolver should be, it is this Ruger LCR 357 Magnum version. We don't recommend the 38 Special Plus B version because it's lighter weight than this, and it's actually fairly hard to handle compared to this shooting 357 Magnum out of it. So if you want to buy the LCR, buy it in 357 Magnum. This is loaded right now with some Remington ammunition here. This is 38 Special Plus P. Just trying to shoot it. I got this for my birthday back in March, so... Missed one there. This little ejector rod does a good job. Some more of that Remington ammo. This is almost the end of it. I have 5 more rounds in my pocket after this. Five of these Remingtons here. So again, this is 38 Special Plus P ammunition from Remington. This one's pulled one shot off target.
And guys, just like everything else that we try to show you, this is a Zeta 6 product that's made specifically for the Ruger LCR. So this is a great product to use with your Ruger LCR. It works, it's quiet, it's easy to carry extra ammo in these. So, and it's not very expensive. So that's another great thing about it. Anyway, Zeta 6 for your Ruger LCR. Okay. Okay, the price on this is an MSRP of $669 for this Ruger LCR 357 Magnum, so $669. But you're going to find most of them are going to be in the 500 range, so $559, $569, $579, something like that. To open that cylinder, it works really fast. Just hit that button and pop it out, and you can load up and close it by the crane, guys. Right here, your thumb pushing on the crane. Anyway, it's a great revolver, highly recommended, and it will do everything you want it to do. You don't have to worry about using it up close and personal. You can stick it into the bad guy and pull the trigger all day long, and these things will not malfunction, unlike most semi-automatic handguns. So if it's going to be an EDC, it should be something like this. If you need to clear the bad guy, then make contact, pull back, pull. Anyway, that's for an EDC class. The Ruger LCR 357 Magnum, a great revolver. All right, guys, we're here at number one, but before we cover that, in full disclosure, young Beretta and I did want to let you guys know that we no longer work with Smith & Wesson.
At all.
We don't buy their products from them. They don't ship us products for T&E. They don't exchange T&E products in exchange for coverage that we're going to do or reviews we're going to do on a said product or a revolver or whatnot. There's always been no guaranteed review results or anything like that on stuff that we review, and I think most of you guys know that. The guns come out and perform how the guns come out and perform. So there's no guarantee on any of that, and that's always been the same. But what happens with most larger channels is that you're allowed to get your things from manufacturers at somewhat of a discount, right? About the cost that they would ship it out to a large gun store. That's like standard throughout the industry. And what's moving on now is sometimes you can get product for longer term T&E agreements, you know, that you're going to review this product and possibly show it in a future like comparison video or something like that, where their product will get double the coverage. We won't charge them for reviews or anything like that, and they will actually let us keep the $600, $700, or $800 revolver or semi-automatic. So it just depends on what's going on with who, and then, you know, what kind of deal you can set up with that manufacturer. Obviously, the bigger channels get more things sent to them than the smaller channels do, but sometimes manufacturers just step in and they change the way of doing business. Carte blanche. They just come in and change the whole thing. So for the longest time, young Brett and I were paying what, $700 for revolvers?
Yeah.
So we were getting like a $200 or $300 discount off the revolvers that we did, and we did that with probably 8, 9, or 10 Smith & Wessons.
If not more.
So a lot, several years worth of those. And after several years, Smith & Wesson changed their policy and went to, we'll send you a couple of guns in lieu of, you know, any costs incurred by you, but no money will be exchanged either way. In other words, Smith & Wesson doesn't pay for any reviews, and we don't pay Smith & Wesson for the last couple revolvers that we did for them. We had issues with the revolvers, as you guys know. The last couple that we reviewed, they had to be sent back to Smith & Wesson, and we did a full disclosure on that to our viewers and our subscribers. The bottom line is, even though Smith & Wesson has not said that is the reason why, the bottom line is, I don't believe in coincidence. And since we said the problems we were having with our Smith & Wessons and we sent them back, we are no longer on any type of Smith & Wesson program. It is what it is. We still love this Smith & Wesson, and it is coming in at number one on its review, but we wanted to let you guys know that you'll see very few Smith & Wesson products in the future, and probably no Smith & Wesson products that are new or freshly released from Smith & Wesson manufacturing. And those are the reasons why, I think. Did they come out and say that? No. They just said, you guys are no longer on the program.
Yeah, so Smith & Wesson doesn't want any negative, honest reviews if somebody has a problem. So just, you know, be aware when you're watching a channel. It may not all be truthful, and you may be watching something that may not be completely honest. Just
yeah, and I don't want to jump up on my soapbox, and that's why we didn't make a video specifically about it. But we are trying to be honest still with our subscribers and our viewers, and just let you guys know that, hey, we're not going to be probably doing their products or reviewing their products anymore, because there's some arm twisting going on, and we're not going to be made to do our review a specific way. And if we have problems or issues with a gun, we're going to show it. That's just the way we've done it. We've done it that way the whole time, and we're not going to sell ourselves out now.
Yeah, it's not going to change.
On to number one. All right, guys, coming in at number one, the Smith & Wesson Model 19 Carry Comp. It is currently in a left-handed TT gun leather holster, so let's go ahead and get it out of that. Still one of our favorite holster makers, TT gun leather. And there is the Model 19 Carry Comp. It is a fantastic shooter. There is just no question about it. We have absolutely loved shooting this thing, be it in 38 Special Plus P, or 357 Magnum. And that's right, this thing will dish out 357 Magnum all day long. No problems at all. We highly encourage you to consider carrying this with a couple of extra speed loaders right here at a Zeta 6. So if you want to reload, set up a couple of these, carry this sucker right on your side, you are well armed as you're going out and about if you're a revolver guy. There's just no question about it. This thing is accurate, it is reliable, and it has a ton of knockdown in 357 Magnum.
And if you can handle the weight, it is the perfect size for a carry revolver with a 3-inch barrel and the comp on the end of it.
As we went over the Model 19 Classic and 66 Combat Magnum, this is another updated K-frame revolver. So, you know, there's your 6 shots in the cylinder. Very nice. And you've got the strengthened lockup here, and then you've got a little bit more
material for the forcing cone.
Yeah, which makes it a little bit stronger, if you can see that right there.
You got a full-length ejector rod, which is amazing.
It's just a terrific revolver. This thing is so nice. And then it pretty much locks up like a bank vault. Really nice lockup on this thing. So yeah, nothing not to like. There's the business end right there. There is the power port, and that is what helps keep that recoil down, and that friggin' works, guys. You can see that in our shooting, I think. I mean, it really does keep it nice and level.
Tritium front sight, fully serrated top strap, and a fully adjustable rear sight.
Yep. From the side and from the top.
Teardrop style hammer.
It's a really great hammer back here for you to grab a hold of if you need to shoot it from single action. And a great trigger, no doubt.
And it's a performance interaction tune trigger, so you'd expect it to be
which it says performance
amazing.
in it right there. So yeah, this thing delivers the goods. I mean, there's no doubt about it. If you want something up near the top of the line and you're up for something like that and you want to pay a couple extra $100, this is something that needs to be looked at right here. This is one you need.
Something that I do think is important to mention here as far as talking about the performance center guns. Most of the Smith & Wesson performance center guns that we've tested have had problems. The LCOM, the 686 PC, the 5-inch gun, and also the 2-inch 686 that we also did a review on. So just be aware, you know, if you're going for a performance center gun, you could have a lemon that you need to send back to Smith & Wesson. That has been the case that we've seen in numerous occasions, and I can't remember. I could have sworn there was another one.
No, I don't
What
know.
else was it? There was something else.
I don't remember. We've sent 3 or 4 back and had 3 or 4 fixed. There's no issues with that part of it. I actually think that that's a good thing that Smith & Wesson, you know, they pay for the shipping, they take care of everything, they fix it, they send it back to you. You know, to me, I covered that stuff in those previous videos thinking that it's a positive thing. I mean, you always get your 5 or 6 or 10 people that comment and said there's no reason there should have been anything wrong with that, blah, blah, blah. Well, you can think that way all you want, but the fact of the matter is there was something wrong with it and it did need to be sent back, and both of them that sent back recently had several things that they replaced on them and fixed on them. So it wasn't us doing it, but yet we're the victims of the outcome. So I really don't want to talk about that anymore. I just wanted to mention it because I want to be honest in the review, and obviously this review is probably going to get a lot of views, and I don't want this to be a teardown of Smith & Wesson after so many good years of working with Smith & Wesson, but we wanted to be honest and say, hey, this is what happened. That's what it looks like, even though it wasn't officially written down that way. Suddenly we're an outcast, and you know, you hear other people talk about stuff like that, like Nothing Fancy and stuff like that, you know, because his reviews are so independently done and not to be bought or influenced, that it causes problems. Well, but it looks like it can cause problems.
Yeah, and so what I was trying to refer to you guys when I was just talking about this before Beretta Senior went on to that little tangent, was that you're probably more likely not to have problems if you just buy one of their standard production guns versus their performance center guns.
Oh, that's true. And as you guys know, if you've watched any of our videos or our top 5s with revolvers, you know that we have, especially Young Beretta has several regular ones that have been just dynamite. The 586 Classic is one example, just fantastic as far as a revolver is concerned. So check it out really good in the shop before you buy one and walk away with it. Just know that you're going to have a good warranty, a good maintenance package on it from Smith & Wesson. I'm definitely not telling you not to buy a Smith & Wesson. I still think they're one of the very best. I just don't like the way that they handle things with us, but we're going to leave it as that. So the Model 19 Performance Center Carry Comp does come in at an MSRP of $1,155, and Young Beretta has changed out the grips to this awesome set of aftermarket Ultramont grips. They are G10 material and they are fantastic. We have them on a couple of different revolvers and every one of them just fits my hand so good and makes for a really well planted grip on this revolver. So if you're looking for some grips that you want that you actually can use and get a good grip on, these ones right here are great. And as far as I know, they offer them in a couple of different colors. At least they did the last time I was on Altamont's website.
Yeah, they offer them in this gray black and also OD green black.
All right, guys, I think that's it. Now you've seen what our updated list on our top 5 revolvers are. If you have a different top 5 revolvers, go ahead and put that in the comments section. We appreciate all respectful comments in the comments section. So anything you guys want to put down there on your top 5 would be very interesting to Young Beretta and I.
Please keep in mind, you guys, that this is our experience, and these are also revolvers that are currently in production. So, if you write about, your old vintage revolver, just understand that we're covering stuff that is readily available right now on the market because,
that's what people are looking for.
Yeah, people are looking for it. People are interested in buying firearms, so that's why we're covering them. And also, they are in our collection, and we have experience with them, which, again, there's other people out there that make videos on guns they don't even own or have never even shot, or they don't have any extensive experience with it at all. So I'm just saying.
And even if you look at our top 5 revolvers video compared to the last one that we did, you're going to find that this really is the updated list because we got rid of a couple of the ones from the old list that now has well over 1 million views. These ones are the ones that we like even better than those.
Yeah.
So if that makes any sense to you, these are the ones we've continued to own, or these are the ones that we have bought since as we replace and upgrade, and these are the revolvers that we really love now. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel here on YouTube, Beretta 9mm USA, for more guns and gear videos coming up in the future. Thanks for joining us on Patreon, guys. All the videos go there first, and Young Beretta and I try to hang out there and answer questions over there all the time. So if you want to have any interaction with us, that's where we're usually at. I appreciate you guys watching this video and putting up with our little bit of a tangent on what we've been experiencing. Hopefully, Young Beretta will cut out half of that in a cutting room floor, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Remember, your Second Amendment is worth protecting.